What's going on, guys? Sorry I haven't been making any videos here lately. Been super busy with a lot of different things, and now I'm sick. So, really trying to make a video, but my mind's a little bit blurry. But anyway, we're going to move on with it either way. So, today I'm going to talk about the economy, balancing your economy as really overall the whole game, but mostly your ability to have resources and money and what to do with that sort of thing. Also, I'm going to talk about real quick on the 300K event. I want to say, as far as the map goes and everything, we're still waiting on the devs to create the map or get back with me on creating the map, which hasn't happened. And I definitely don't have no idea when they're going to. I have no updates. I will update you guys as soon as I know what's going on. Any new news, I will update you guys. You will know. So, which I have no idea when they're going to do it. So I'm going to extend an olive branch here. If you guys would still like to do, 222 maps or something like that, and do like a split off or something like that, I'll put some more polls up and we can vote for that. If that's what you guys would like to do, we can do that, and just essentially we can have this tournament kick off in about 24 hours or 48 hours, 24 hours after the polls is done, and get the show on the road instead of having to wait on Bitro to create things. But anyway, let me know what you guys want to do, and we'll do whatever you guys want to do. But essentially, it'll be 222 maps, and then the top six would play in the finals in one particular map of 12. So it would be, yeah, it'd be a little bit more time consuming as far as overall event, but everybody would have like essentially a second chance as long as you got in the top six, right? So anyway, uh, moving on to the economy part. So the actual part of the map. So basically, you look at top resources, right? So you got food, goods, manpower. These three main right here is going to be for building troops, and then you got iron or steel, oil, rare, and then of course your overall money. But and those are for building buildings. So not saying that you won't use these other or any of these metals to build troops, but I'm just saying, that's basically, you got to understand that these three resources here are typical for building buildings, and these three over here are for building troops. So basically, when you're building troops, you want to ask yourself, how more do you want to lean towards economy? You want to build your economy up as much as possible, but at the same time, you want to expand your empire as fast as possible. So how do you do that, right? In my experience, the best way to do that, and it's kind of gotten boring to me. So it's playing as allies because they're that doctrine, right? Um, well, that's the doctrine as I usually play as. Um, let's see here. But let's see here. Okay, so basically, what you do is you would want to use your goods and your food and stay off of your iron and oil and if possible your rare materials, because that's what you use obviously to build those buildings, right? So let's go in here. So basically, your ordnance, your infantry, and that's basically what's going to make up your very starting army. Remember, if you start building tanks, you will see, and this is medium tanks, the iron and oil and rare materials creep up there, right? So you definitely don't want to do that. All right. And then, same thing with the planes, except no iron, right? So as you can see, as well as the Navy, you've got iron and oil in this one, as well as food. But if you go to build construction, as you can see, the industries which you want to build to build up your economy as far as peacefully, right? And as you can see, it's iron, oil, and rare material, as well as money. So I find the best way to maximize this is building artillery, using the advantages of high command to use your artillery to blast people, essentially. You can also build or go high end all your troops, your infantry, right? Go build your anything which would not build steel, oil, and rare material. So basically, infantry as well as ordnance foundries, which is your artillery. You usually don't have to worry about anti-air early in the game, as this is anti-air. I did build some planes. That was a mistake. I made so many mistakes in this game. It shows you how much I care. But anyway, so let's see here. Stop popping up. I don't want to see that. Also, while you're doing that, pumping out the artillery, you can go into your royal goods or whatever and pump out construction, as well as your actual core city that has goods, and start maxing out the industry is there. I like to go to about level 3 and just chill out for a little while. Of course, your economy is going to be situational. It's usually never the same thing twice, or not over and over at least, right? But it's all going to be usually pretty repetitive based on whatever strategy you choose. But this is what I find the most promising, because your economy is going to be super strong, as well as putting out those troops, because like you're maxing out your goods, boosting your goods up really quickly, and then also pushing out the artillery. So you're not taking away your iron and oil, pushing out troops. Instead, you're using goods and such to push out troops, and allowing you to use your steel and oil or whatever to upgrade your industries. That way, you're maxing out, at that point. Now, I'm not saying you should max out your goods to level 5 or whatnot, but just slowly start building up your economy. Notice how I got 0 under food and just 1 under iron, and as well as air and there. Now, I have actually started upgrading oil because I've been extremely low. Also, you have to take into consideration that your food is essentially for infantry, right? The infantry column. Your goods is going to be for your ordnance foundry, so take that in consideration. As you can see, I only have 400 something food, so that means I'm not going to be able to build an infantry. That means I'm not going to be building motorized infantry as well. Like essentially anything in that column is just not going to get built. And it's the same thing with goods. Nothing in ordnance is going to be built. Well, if your iron or your oil runs out, or your rare material, you're not building buildings. You're not, you're just not building buildings. So your economy's dead at that point. So you just got to find the right balance. And that balance is really up to you. Depending on your doctrine, that's going to help a little bit, maybe even a lot of it. I don't test different doctrines. I have certain play styles for each doctrine. But overall, the best one for me is definitely Allies. It helps me get the best I can possibly get. But I do like playing as a lot of different ones and changing my style because the same style just gets bored. And sometimes you just want to play the game. But anyway, that's going to do that for this video, guys. Thanks so much. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.